Hello, back again at the mioty Alliance booth. I have the last interview of today, so you better enjoy the time. I welcome Jörg Feuchtmeier. Jörg, thank you for making time, coming up here. And as so many other members, you didn't come with empty hands. I hold one of your products, but we don't tell everybody, right? So maybe we will start off with something about you and what you do at Diehl.
Of course, so let me introduce myself. So I'm Jörg, I'm working in Diehl Metering for the portfolio management, and here I have the responsibility to define the connectivity solutions for smart water metering applications in the future. I am here in Diehl Metering, but I also represent our company in different organizations like the OMS Group or the European Standardization Organization, which is taking care about our business needs.
Well then, of course, you know our common friend Wolfgang. You're sitting together with him, I'm sure, at the OMS. And we talked with Christoph Bosbach today about sustainability and to make the metering world not only more sustainable, more efficient, but also more transparent. So what are the challenges your end customer and the metering world you basically support and supply? What are the challenges today they have to pick up to?
Yeah, it would be great that you pick up this topic. For us, the utilities, we are facing more and more the topic that the resources are limited. Even in water distribution, we face the topic that in some areas the usage of water is limited in some time spans if it is, for example, extremely hot. So that's the one point. On the other hand, we are facing the issue that the distribution network of the water grid is getting older, and therefore the risk to get small leaks inside the distribution network will be more and more increasing. We talk here about non-revenue water, so water that is generated and distributed but not reaching his normal endpoint. Giving you an example, some non-revenue water percentages are going from 8% in Germany up to 20%, but even up to 40% in more northern European countries. Of course, they have more water, it's not that important at that time. But the utilities would like to optimize that, and this is why they are aiming for the so-called digital twin, and they need the transparency, what is going on in their network to optimize the distribution and also to save energy in generation and putting the resources to the end consumer.
Well, the community in the world is saying that water is going to be the blue oil of the future, so there's no reason to waste it. And I mean the numbers, the figures you were basically calling up, like 20%, even up to 40% water loss, this is, for my opinion, a drama. Yeah, and life is easy if you don't have to really worry about water. But if it's a precious element, then that will change your mindset dramatically. So what solutions do you have for the customer to basically counteract with the loss of water and the other things?
So for us, the journey of having a digital twin, it begins in the measurement device on the network. And here I brought with us our new HYDRUS 2 with integrated mioty technology. This product is able to measure even a dropping water outlet on the end consumer. So it is very sensible, and you can detect small leakages very early and drive countermeasures which will reduce the harm of your infrastructure and the environment. So this is one topic of that. In addition to his ultrasonic measurement principle, it is very robust, and it could stay 12 or more years in the field. So it's also a contribution to sustainability and not to replace the meter every 6 years. And of course, it delivers data for our digital twin.
That is quite innovative, and you can we also talked with Christoph about behavior change. So if you can really detect dropping water, and that collects, of course, to a big amount over time. So just think about the sink and the drops through the whole night. If you would have put a bucket underneath, it would be full by the morning. So behavior change, sustainability, this is a good thing. Again, we have to make a mindset change. So in the past, it was maybe quite common after 2 years to exchange the meter. and then hopefully recycle. This one will last 12 years, and that definitely is the right way towards sustainability from Diehl, and that's really good. But we are not done yet, right, Jörg? There's more. So, let me get my screen readable. So, how do you communicate the data? You know, data transfer is quite important, and to get the right data is, if you have no clue about it, just a common expectation that you get what you want. But we all know smart city is not the most friendliest place for data communication, and you are in the middle of it. So tell us more about how do you communicate?
Yeah, of course. If we thought about our new generation of water meters, we identified mainly 3 criteria to select the right connectivity out of that. The first criteria is, of course, the energy efficiency. You mentioned it, the meters are staying 12 years or even longer in the field. So energy efficiency is one major topic. The other one that we see is these measurement instruments will not only generate the index, the consumption value, it will deliver more values like flow, like medium temperature, like ambient temperature, or if you talk about heating meters, they will have also forward and backward temperature. So we also need to consider the amount of data that could be easily 40 to 100 byte. That was the second criteria. And the third criteria is, of course, you talk about IoT and smart city. We are facing more and more communicating devices. So the robustness of our communication is much important, because what is the need if I have the data here and it communicates, but it will never reach the back-end solution where we can also communicate to the end consumer. And you mentioned the topic of changing behavior of the end consumer. Only if the end consumer knows his behavior, he will be able to change. Until now, he is blind. So this is one criteria, to be flexible with future applications, also sharing in an unregulated band. And therefore, Diehl Metering has selected the mioty technology, and it's implemented here, which gives a very good solution with regard to energy efficiency, amount of data that could be transmitted, and of course the robustness.
Do you see any other benefits of this technology?
Well, yes, of course. The utilities will go out of their regular business where they do only metering and water or energy distribution. They are entering new segments. They are looking for new business opportunities, and they see that in smart city applications. With the implementation of mioty, we built the bridge of smart metering and smart city use cases. So the utility could do, for example, smart waste management or some applications like that. And this all could be communicated with one infrastructure that is installed, and you will have shared costs. So it's a contribution to cost-efficient solutions.
Very cool. So this is the one side, it's the end point. We talked about communication, but there's something in between, and I really hate to hand this product over because I love it so much. I am my self-made evangelist of that product. I love it. And it's another component of the spirit of Diehl, looking into sustainability. And tell us more about the product. I have customers which were almost had tear in their eyes when I walked out of the factory and took it with me. They wanted to keep it.
Yeah, okay. I would like to introduce you our new gateway. It's an IZAR IoT Gateway Compact, and thanks for putting the topic of sustainability all on the gateway side here, Uwe, because this will combine the existing communication technologies for smart metering, which is the wireless MBUS, and for smart city, which is LoRaWAN. This will be integrated, and in addition, we have mioty as radio technology integrated for the future smart city applications with very robust solutions. I might say that we will also have implemented the mioty for metering protocol, which is a slightly different protocol or a slightly different approach of mioty. It will use the well-known OMS application layer over the physics from mioty, but it will give for the utilities the opportunity to create, to integrate the new technology without changing their complete software solutions. So they could just reuse what they have, and if the data is in their data management system, they will not recognize if it came from mioty or from LoRa or from wireless M-Bus. So this is why we have implemented mioty for metering as well. So you see, this gateway could be easily installed, and you have a multi-language gateway to receive all common radio technologies.
This is very cool. So basically, if you start with one standard, let's say LoRa, and you say, okay, I have a really challenging environment, I have a lot of interferers, and you need to use a more robust radio standard like mioty. So you don't have to kiss your old equipment goodbye. You just take your gateway, and we continue building up a network, a reliable transmission of telegrams using the Diehl gateway. So I think that's awesome, because it also saves not only the units like you did with your wonderful water meter, you can also save existing spendings and capex, and you continue with other standards which are absolutely necessary to make your mission and your integration possible.
Yes, of course, and I would like to give you some additional features of this gateway. So as I said, it is implementing the radio modes. We will have here for the wide area communication a LAN connection, or we can also communicate with 4G modems if where a LAN connection is not available, so we can use mobile networks. We have a streaming mode in the gateway which will provide somehow real-time feature, so the alarm that is generated from the meter will be immediately present at the utilities on that side. On the other hand side, we also consider some use cases where they say, okay, we don't take care about the real time in that high priority, so we have a logging mode inside where we can log up to 50,000 devices for hourly values, for example, and we can transmit them once per day in the backend system, which will give at the end of the day the complete overview of the network behavior from the last day. And this is a typical requirement that we see in metering, that they would like to see the next day when they start working what happened the day before. So this could be done as well. Okay, we have some remote configuration capabilities. Of course, the requirements will be changed, and you can remotely from your desktop make a reconfiguration. We offer an online help system inside, and talking about wide area communication, this gateway is of course compatible with our IZAR AdNet software solution from Diehl Metering for the metering applications, but we also have interface to Amazon Web Services, to Azure Cloud, and for the LoRaWAN network providers. We support all common interfaces, and also to Loriot. We are integrated in Loriot with the LoRaWAN communication on that point. Yeah, I think of course it is an indoor gateway. We could use it also outdoor with an additional shielding box. Yeah, I think this is our gateway, and we see this as a key for the future success of migrating smart city and smart metering.
Well, being a portfolio manager, what's next? Come on, give us a little bit backstage peek.
So I would like to look in my pocket what I have here for you. Yeah, okay, but nevertheless, you know, Diehl Metering is not only producing water meter measuring devices. We will implement mioty for metering or mioty technology in all our future metering portfolios. So we will extend our Sharky, which is the heat meter with the capability to transmit over mioty. We will also go for mechanical water meters. They still have a remarkable market share in our section, so we will provide connectivity modules therefore as well. So this is what I can say fully. We need to go in that direction, that we will implement mioty in all our metering devices. In addition, we are pushing the mioty for metering protocol in the OMS standard to build here the communication standard in metering in the future, and also to have an interoperability test which will benefit to the end consumer.
Thank you, Jörg, for giving us a little sneak peek backstage what's coming next. So again, this little unit, somebody can blame the mioty alliance of prejudice that we don't like other standards. That's not the truth. This product is the proof. We welcome everybody with open arms. Look at this one. And so also the LoRa community, open arms, open doors, and welcome. You made a huge mistake, Jörg. I gave you the flow meter, you gave me the gateway, you will never get this one back. This one drives home with me.
Happy to have some additional monitoring.
Yeah, you know the problem really is, I saw, okay, Hermann was even hunting this unit down because it's the hot item of this show. Everybody wants it and I cannot blame them. Jörg, it was super fun. Thank you so much. When you have an update on your portfolio, come and see us, or even worse, I come and I will make a surprise visit at Diehl. And then we are on, and we will tape it, of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Uwe. Thank you very much for this interview.
I enjoyed it, thanks.